to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. It's been a while, hasn't it? Look at me pretending like I actually allowed Clyde out here and did nothing else with him for the past, like, 4 months. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff to do. First things first, I'm going to go to Mordona. I'm going to start kicking in this main storyline. I'm no longer recording on PS4. I have a computer now, and I still prefer to play like I'm on PS4. So Clyde looks the same. I mean, I pretty much use this gear to get him up to speed, but I've been on my main a lot and crafting and shit, so I made him some actual crafted sets. Look at this. It's the new hotness. Oh yeah. Looking good. It's not anything to write home about really stat-wise. Like the substat spread is terrible, but I did pin and meld stuff, and you can actually upgrade the i510 crafted to i520 now. And I did that with his Dark Knight set. His Dark Knight set is the one I really went for broke on. I even bought a belt, which are going to be removed come 6.0. The substat spread is still terrible because I'm a cheap ass. Materia is actually fairly cheap right now, and I could have sprung for some I don't know, determination or direct hit or anything else other than tenacity, but I said fuck it. He's got a ton of tenacity materia, and it's going in there, and he's going to be a brick shit house. So, hoo-yah. Yeah, look, I still haven't done those Doman quests. Did I ever say that I was going to do those? Because, like, I'll do them off screen. You basically talk to this guy, and then, like, the Domans come up, and you have, like, a tearful moment. That's not new, though. You know what? I want to do the story on Dragoon, just because, remember last time they were like, we need to get Estinian, we need to get Estinian, blah, 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 Estinian, Estinian. And, well, he's not the only Dragoon. I mean, look at my title, for God's sakes. Quest marker over Alice. Yes. Unto the breach. Oh, and if any of these quest windows look ridiculously huge, that's because they are. I'm running the game in 1440p. I think the recording system I'm using, which is just like the Microsoft Game Recorder or whatever, that's like default on every computer now, it only records up to 1080p. But if I want to, I can slap this into Adobe Premiere and up the quality there. I don't know if that would actually, like, work, but I could. And that's going to be my fallback. If I fuck up any recordings, I'm just going to, like, immediately stop playing and then, like, I don't know, edit some in Adobe. My editing skills are very paltry right now, as you may have seen if you've been watching the Final Fantasy I Let's Play. But anywho, enough about that. Good news, Clyde. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way back, even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? I can't do an Alice impression at all, I'm sorry. Her voice actress is too hot, and I am not. Although my girlfriend likes me. A welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Oh, look at Alphino being all modest, as if he didn't, like, shoot a whole ton of ether into both of them. Linger in Alamigo to apprise Raban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Nerva and the Third, however, were notable for their absence. That Nerva name keeps popping up. Maybe they got tempered. Where all those tempering towers were going up. Everything's silent except for the Imperial Palace, huh? Soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather transform it. I wish they had voice acted these lines. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with the manipulation of ether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Now, one of the lore enthusiasts on the official forum was all like, "This line is Thancred retconning Magitech," and I'm like, huh. He's going off like a literal interpretation of a localized line, like from 1.0, where they said that Magitech wasn't the manipulation of ether, but like the imitation of the manipulation of ether, which, like, I don't know, I think that original definition is dumb. As far as the original thing about Magitech, if I remember the stuff I've read about it right, Final Fantasy VI is the first game where Magitech actually shows up and is called Magitech. And that was a localization choice. In Japanese, it's referred to as, I think, Mado or something like that. It's basically magic is like the Japanese word for, like, you know, natural magic or good magic, and then the word for Magitech is like, you know, bad magic, I guess, or yeah, I'm not very versed in Japanese, if you couldn't tell, even though I've been to Japan. But, you know, basically it's like the study of magic, or you know, magical science, basically, is what the word is trying to convey. Unnatural magic. But whatever. Lost in translation. Next to nothing next to the side of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed or tempered. Also, on the off chance that, I mean, I did some test recordings, but it's possible that I'm not used to using PC yet, so I might have fucked something up and my voice might not be getting through, and if that's the case, then I'll just put it in the description. My commentary is not that valuable, is it? So Y'shtola's got some mysterious hypothesis, huh? Rael's actually gonna go meet some people. Are they saying the same stuff they said months ago? They sure are. I'm gonna talk to them anyway. Oh, we can just teleport straight there. Let's see. Alamegan Quarter. This recording thing is useful, but it's blocking part of my mini-map, which is throwing off my sense of direction because my brain can't handle differences. I don't like change! Oh, he managed to squeeze in a brief drink with Flamin. Spring water only. It being a flying visit. It's like, I would have gotten drunk with her, but no time, no time. Well, well, if it isn't Alphino and his merry band. Well, who could that be? Look, Clyde looked all quizzical. He was like, who the fuck? As if he doesn't recognize voices at all. That was a rather quick sunrise. People took this as a call-out post to the player base. So many people wanted the twins to age up, and the writers are just like, no, get fucked. I do wish they would age them up, though. Like, it's a little bit jarring to see all these characters and think that they've never aged since 2.0. Whereas for me, in real life, it's been 8 years. Or well, it'll be 8 years in August, but whatever. And for people who played 1.0, it's been 10. Or actually, like, almost 11 years now. Ah, he's gonna get tall one day. He swears it. Maybe in 7.0. "'Twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Moonbrita towered over me nonetheless." Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression?
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. 'Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital, and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrics. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy.
Really, we should go hunt him down and kill him. Because, like, these people are acting like he wants to attack their city-states, but he told us he wants to destroy the world. So the city-states don't really matter. They don't need to be targets at all. They're not pivotal to the world.
'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They ended on a cliffhanger with Lise last time, didn't they? But as you can see, her plot armor is not so flimsy.
Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
No, it doesn't. You've been to the Ascian hometown. They told you that Zodiark was the will of the planet, i.e., part of the planet. So the first primal to ever be created was, created as being an edifice of a world, which is larger than a nation. And, this is the same thing, but on a smaller scale.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses.
God, I love you, Griggs of Vinheim.
And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers.
Ooh.
Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania.
Black-garbed figures, huh?
The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Rallied? What are you, retarded? No, he's making tempering towers, lady. We just went over this. They're tempered. They're all tempered.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first.
You can't exactly strike a peace treaty with someone that wants to destroy the world. You force them to submit to your will, or you kill them.
Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
Oh yeah.
What?
Why are you shocked? They helped me fight Lakshmi that one time.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
let Clyde go with them.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
This kind of irritates me a little bit. Like, I get that Alpha Node cares about him a lot, but Arnvald's fought on the front line of war. And he's fought primals before. If you do the Summoner quest line, the level 80 Summoner quest line brings it up. There's even a little freeze frame of him and Fordola fighting Ifrit. I'm not after small talk, baby. I'm after that ass. But anywho. You should really wear a helmet.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamolver and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
No, it's not.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Being all tsundere.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
You're ruining my tough act.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat.
Sounds like Xenos.
And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
An Ascian Muppet.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
Send Clyde with them.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way.
And those previous forays would be them slaying Ifrit.
Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Off he goes, carrying his negative karma from the time he didn't guard Norexia.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me?
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favor if I'm not there.
That doesn't reference anything we've seen in the story, so that must be... It must have been during one of the forays against Ifrit.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway.
Tricky customer.
But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming.
Hey, some of the soldiers are incredibly strong.
I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alphino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
Has he always had that scar over his right eye? He had the scar over his right eye. I'll have to go and look at older cutscenes and see if he has
He
that.
does not want for conviction. That much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both.
Or you could send Clyde with them.
While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian. And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
Can't you tell them by link burl?
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Yeah, whatever. Just an excuse to dice up our party so that they have less dialogue to write for each scene. Sorry if I sound bitter, I have actually loved this patch, believe it or not. As critical of it as I am being, as annoying as that might be for you, viewer, he's all like, "Ooh, yay, another figure from the history books." No time to lose. To Ishgard. You know, the most useful thing about recording on PC is I can actually see how long I've been recording for exactly. And if he's half the man Alphinaud claims, I fully expect to go weak at the knees, perhaps do a bit of fainting while I'm at it. Okay, so we could go exactly where we're supposed to go. And at first we will. I think... Oh man, I don't want to... I'm not really sure. I know, I've read on the forums that if you go to the markets, while the others are looking for Estinian, you can see them, you know, like looking for him or whatever. Like, it's not like a cutscene or anything, but you know, there's like some between cutscene dialogue. Yeah, so basically we go and we talk to her, and there's nothing for it. And we'll go look by the Sky Steel Manufactory to see if Alphanaud's still there. And then or like if he's anywhere, I don't know. Like the people just said that like if you go look for the Scions, you'll see them looking around for Estinian. Like they'll be, you know, like in a spot. And I don't see Alphanaud anywhere. So maybe the markets and Garahatia will be there? I don't know. Maybe you had to go around before you talked to Lucia. That's whatever. Mostly the crafting part. Popotos and honey cakes, huh? I'm not seeing Garahatia anywhere. Well, I'm not gonna like look over the entirety of frickin' Ishgard for this, especially considering I might have already missed it. So it's probably just like another, you know, like a little line about like how, you know, they're looking for someone that they, you know, they don't know what he looks like and whatnot. Because Garahatia's never met him, and Alisei's never met him. Because by the time Alisei had joined our party, in Heavensward, we'd already dealt with Nidhogg, and he'd gone off on his own. And he didn't pop back up again until Stormblood, but all he did in Stormblood, as far as the main storyline goes, was disable that cannon. Right? I mean, I think that's what I remember. Did you see them anywhere as I was running by? Because it's probably, you probably have to go look for them before you talk to Lucia, but oh well. I'm sure someone out there already has it. Yeah, okay. You'd have to have gone and talked to them before Lucia. My bad. Sorry, viewer. No extra dialogue for you. From me, anyway.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphanaud goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
Not these days. War's over. But there he is.
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence. Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphanaud.
Now for English, you know, like we just heard her say 2 words in a very feminine voice. But apparently in Japanese, all she does is go like, eh? Like she makes like a, you know, like a anime sound effect. And so like, you know, it's just expressing confusion. Oh no.
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
Oh no.
I am not Alphino!
Oh dear.
If the 2 of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Is he trying to ham it up to dispel the situation? That's what I'm reading.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long. No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
Can you, though? Can you? If you can't tell them apart physically, I'm not sure I'm getting that you have an accurate reading on their development here.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
Sure you can.
At least someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
He's definitely learned that. Yeah, let's antagonize her a little.
Keep him to my... You're joking, aren't you? I'd be glad if someone would take him off my hands.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Azisla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard. I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he's not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt?
The historians were kind to him. Oh shit, we're in Azzy's Law already. I don't see how she would conduct the ritual while bound, though. Oh, you actually bothered to stop by the dragon that the Pope ignored. You know how easy it would have been for him to, like, carve out her eyes and get, like, 3 dragon eyes? You know, like, remember back in Heaven's Word? Like, this is like a plot hole. But anywho, she's been a Chekhov's gun for, like, 6 years. And they're finally gonna fire a baby. So it's confirmed, like 100%. Even without that Echo Vision, where we actually got to use Nidhogg's power while controlling Estinian, he says it outright. No secret. Nidhogg's part of him. My Sargatanas Free Company was, I'll get some pizzas. They were saying that they find it funny that, like, Estinian's from a farming village, and if Nidhogg had never destroyed his village, he'd just be, like, herding sheep or something. Very well, very well. I want a different mount. I like the Mana Cutter as much as the next guy, but screw it, we'll use the Falcon. I should work on Clyde's mounts, get him some more. I mean, they all serve the same function, so it's just an aesthetics thing, like most things in this game, but whatever.
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her. Yo, someone's using your dead husband to kill people. I could wait for her to go through her dragon speaking. I'm sure the voice actor worked very hard on it. But if we wait for her every time, it's going to take forever.
Oh.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
Dragon heads in a jar, baby.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
Did you say Dramorn for Dragon Slayer?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
I guess she can't breathe fire while confined. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Didn't she say back in Heaven's Word that it wasn't the strength of the shackles keeping her bound, it was her sadness, that she could have broken out any time that she wanted? I guess she was lying. Or they forgot what they made her say, so that we have something to do up here.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted us sanctuary. Interesting. It always interests me that the dragons say they owe Hydaelyn a debt. We're coming up on the 1 hour mark, but you know what? I'm not restricted by an hour. Not any longer. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. Shazam! Alice is mad that he's been pricking himself again. Hey, we just coming up. We're coming up with a way to write me out of the plot, baby. All these Allagan knickknacks that you can only get into with Allagan Royal Blood? Yeah, you don't need Catboy Sage Deluxe anymore. Just take this rocket pop, baby. We actually got a few other players that we can see doing the story. Let's see, where do we gotta go? Okay, up there. Yeah, we're gonna go over an hour on this recording. And, it won't be by much, though. So. Lord knows I would have gone over an hour if I could have on the PS4 plenty of times. Sorry if I skipped to unspoken dialogue too fast. They use an awful lot of words to say, hey, go look for nodes. Malodorous node. Stinky node. Obstreperous node. That means loud and noisy, I think. Clamorous node. Also loud and noisy. Warning! Scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in negative 20 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Is that a reference to COVID? Is this video gonna get blacklisted because I said the C word? It doesn't matter. My channel's so small that if any of it got blacklisted, like, no one would notice, except for maybe Colby. Well, and myself. Thanks for watching, Colby. A node which smelled like burnt hair. Chirruping node, which I found a way to activate sentries. It's the chirruping node. We could see what he wants to say, but I mean, when it's so obvious, I don't feel like being obtuse. Not even for the extra dialogue. How did the Alligans tell these godforsaken things apart? Sure do. Here's my rocket pop. One never knows when a small portion of royal Allagan blood might come in handy, which is why Grahatia keeps this vessel about his person. My name? Well, obviously it's Clyde, but now let's say Alpha Node. Let's see what happens if we say Alpha Node, because why not? But that's just confusing! Amusing as you may find my name, I must ask you to use Clyde Wyvernhide, please. Username changed. Welcome, Clyde Wyvernhide. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. If you say Estinian's name, then an Estinian gets all mad, and he's like, if that thing says my name, it'll be the last words it speaks. System update is required. Oh, fucking phenomenal. Now I do understand. You can go first. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. Bloop! In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it's received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Man, the closer it ticks to being like a full hour, like I'm getting all apprehensive. I'm like, oh god, no, the recording's just gonna cut off. Oh, Estinian's actually impressed by their longevity. The longevity of robots. For vengeance. Boot scoot boogie. Sorry if you hear my dogs bark in there. I think they've been left alone downstairs. They're going crazy. How long do you think it's been since this node's had an update? Access granted to user Clyde Wyvernhide and his adolescent Elysium companion. Master Wyvernhide's other companion is deemed a potential risk to safe operation and has been denied access privileges until further notice. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Why, software version 42.002, of course. Bloop bloop. Warning, errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update, 5 years, 1 day. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead? The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Now, I wonder if Alpha Node is just, like, pretending to only barely understand computers, or if he understands them perfectly and he's just sort of, like, feigning ignorance because, as to not give away, you know, like, that his homeland is super awesome technological. Because I don't know if you've seen the 6.0 trailer, but it shows him wielding funnels, psychic funnels that shoot lasers. And, the job showcase for Sage said that it would be a job from Charlian, so... All that the Ascians touch turns to ash, unless you have made it your mission to fight them. There have been times when you try to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Fandaniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? No, he's not hard to understand. Certainly after... No. The middle option is the best one. I will try, yes, and if that fails, I'll remember him. Basically, yeah, sure, I'll try, but if it doesn't work, I'll kill him. It's the only one with a concrete thing saying, yeah, I'll kill him. Same. You're my spirit animal, dispatch Justinian. I actually don't, but I mean, they force you to be lawful good. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship only to wish you had dealt the killing blow. So, save your mercy for those who deserve it. Alrighty then. Hopefully this won't take too much more than an hour. I would just like to get to, you know, like the next dungeon unlock or whatever before this recording is finished. I mean, obviously I can just cut the recordings and it'll be fantastic, but, well, we're getting pretty close. Yeah, I don't think a little length hurts. If this Fandaniel truly is without reason or creed, he is no better than a rabid dog. Treat with him if you must, but be ready to do what is necessary. Time for epic pig battle. Mild case of tempering, eh? Well, it's probably because she's not sundered at all, right? The dragons are whole souls. They aren't sundered souls like us. The frost that shutteth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alec. Wheretofore such baleful memories return to me now? Sure, I'll piss her off. Why not? Do we want to know about her war with the men of Alec, or do we want to know about Bahamut and the Ascians? Let's go with Bahamut and the Ascians. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Merisidia could have lasted for eternity, but alas, it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creation I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alec first came unto Merisidia, unto our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come to be known as Merisidia by children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I had found a place to raise our young. Rurusha? Is that a reference to some modern Final Fantasy? I've never heard that name before. Maybe it's a Final Fantasy XIV original. When first the children of men arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing ever more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long, man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with them presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony, too, were fated to end. For the men of Alec slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest thou knowest only too well. Alright, we're gonna do this shit. There's the epic music.
almost there.
Swing. Now quickly, become a Super Saiyan God.
This is it, Angelo.
For a second, I thought Angelo exploded.
Alice, please, Did it work?
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed. Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
The Allagan's dark arts? Don't you mean the Ascian's dark arts? I mean... Well, maybe he means, like, the ones that were literally experimented on, like all the Hydras and stuff.
Slosk an ol fol kael an. Slosk seth som in an. Afatan. Mon ud. One an.
Oh, she was still going.
When
My bad.
that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
She's in an enemy.
Also, if you die, dibs on your eyes.
Alphino's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Mahamud an Ul jas. Ul asa. Vesk an.
By the gods!
She's beefy.
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan. He flies for the largest Amalta settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
no fair. I want a great worm for a mount. I guess we'll just grab some more smoked chicken. The Flames of War. Man, it's empty now. After 6 years, it's empty. Oh, that was nice of them. They completely teleported us to... Why is he looking all downtrodden? Oh, he's very worried about Erenvold. We about to unlock a dungeon. Marshal Terupin, huh? Or Tarupin. Ah, please, I don't need another Nanimo scene. Just kill me now. Although Papa Jean is there. I like Papa Jean. Ooh, the Alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Paglethon. No one's showing signs of tempering, huh? Can the lunar primals not temper? Her dress is so stupid. Oh, they're actually going to make me run up to the airship. I'll just go ahead and do it. We'll round this out at around the 120-minute mark. Or 120, hour 20, 80-minute mark, I mean. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Things are really ramping up, baby. Alright, so basically that's your clue that Thancred's new ammo partner is Urianger. So if you want to use Thancred as your tank, you would probably want to use Urianger as your healer. Alrighty then. Well, that's certainly long enough of a video for today, or at least for right now. Next time, we'll do Pagglethon. And next time, we'll talk to them and get all their small talk dialogue. Because, yes, we're going to use trusts again. And I don't know if I'm going to go on Dragoon or not. Probably, just because. And, yeah, okay. So, thanks for watching. Stay safe, and have a great day.